Tom Green here at WLEW News here, sitting with Superintendent Brian Keim just after the ribbon cutting of the Legacy Center here at Elkton, Pigeon Bay, Port Waker High School. Mr. Keim, this took a lot. It took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and quite a few projects to get this together. So tell me about how this all went through.
Well, Tom, it was 3 years ago that we started conceptualizing what a project like this would look like. We had so many real needs, new roofs and flooring and parking lots. We needed renovations in some of our big spaces like our auditorium, our gymnasiums, our skilled trade center. And then we thought, there's some other things we don't maybe need as much, but we'd sure love to have something like a new athletic training center, And we were starting to see what some other high schools a little distance from here were proposing, and we thought, what if we could get all those things, the things we need, and maybe some of those things that we would just really like, all in the same package. And so we put that package together. We presented the information to the community in a series of meetings, and our awesome Laker community came through with support like they always do. And here we are today, 3 years later, and all those projects are finished, and tonight was the capstone with this Legacy Center.
For sure. Of course, like you had said, it was 3 years in the making for this Legacy Center, but of course, it's an unavoidable thing that we got to talk about. 2020 brought a lot of challenges with COVID. I think we all know where we were on March 11th of 2020 when everything shut down. So what was the thought process there throughout the school board and how this is going to get done through the challenge of COVID?
Yeah, that's a great question. We had just broken ground, really. Well, we'd broken ground the fall before, but we had just gotten things started in the ground, had our footings poured and things like that when COVID broke loose. And so we had to reevaluate everything. Our architects and our project managers got together, and they said, we're going to have to take a break. We're going to call everybody off the job. We don't know how long this is going to last, but we'll just have to play it by ear and roll with it. We really didn't have a choice at that point, and everybody promised to do their best, roll with the punches, and come back and get the thing done as soon as COVID would allow. Turned out we were off for several months, and a lot of delays later because it was difficult to get labor to come back to the project. We've had so many health department mandates and things like that to work through that have kept limited numbers of people in here to work and gather. So, but all that said, everybody has had those hardships to deal with through COVID. We were no different. We just happened to have a big project waiting. In some ways, with some of the delays that we had in construction, it was almost a blessing that we had. It's a blessing that we had COVID. But it was good that we had a little more time to get here before we could actually open it up to the public.
Yeah, 2020 definitely taught us to take time to take care of each other as well as ourselves. So one last question to ask about the Legacy Center was, with all the challenges when the groundbreaking, was it worth it?
Absolutely, 100%. We don't really understand or appreciate this gift that we've been given fully yet. But in the days ahead, we're going to have a lot of fun with this building. Our kids are going to love it. Our community is going to love it, and we can't wait to get started.
For sure. Now, of course, those who are wondering, big into sports. I'm sure you've looked through my stuff and realized I'm big into sports. So Hunter Keim definitely had a good impact here at Laker Schools for sports. So now, what is he doing now after he has left Laker Schools?
Okay, well, Hunter is our second of 5 children, and he just finished his associate's degree in business. He's transferring to Saginaw Valley to continue toward his business administration degree.
I graduated from there, so great school.
Okay, go Cards. And Hunter has just had the opportunity to take on a youth pastor internship for the summer with Frankenmuth Bible Church, and he's pretty excited.
Definitely. So one last thing, is there anything else you have to add?
I don't think so. Just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. It was a great event. Thank you for coming out, and go Green.
Alrighty. Superintendent Brian Keim, Elkton, Pigeon Bay, Port Waker Schools, WLEW News.